How's it going, everybody? So let's get on with part 48. So I'm rewatching Donnie Darko Director's Cut. It is free for subscribers on Amazon Prime. So The Destructors is part of the film. And when you run The Destructors, you get the 86 right there in the months. And you get your 761 down there in the weeks. Remember, 761 is the total verses in both end times gospels, 404 Revelation plus 357 Daniel. Then they have another date of that of the 31st. Didn't really do, I don't think I'm seeing much there. Of course, the 86 is still there. Graham Greene, The Destructors. And Graham Greene, born June 22nd, 1952. And you see the 709 for 79 murder to our murder date. 38 begins the weeks. 38 is death. 38 is murder. I'd call that direct smash hit. Then I got into a lot of personal cipher stuff, and then let's get back on track. Breaking Bad. Well, who starts Breaking Bad? Well, the Antichrist. Plain and simple. Once Satan possesses the body and all that good fun stuff. So Breaking Bad has the 37 and the 47 in the URL. And I guess we need to look at Michael Cranston also. So we'll do that in just a second. Michael Cranston. Yeah, I forgot to bring him up. Bummer. Hang on just a quick. My apologies. And I hate to say go figure, but Michael Cranston, born March 7th, 56. Then you look, March 7th, 56. And there's your 38 for death, 38 for murder, and your four base ciphers right there on our murder date. Everything in the world is popping off this thing. I've never seen anything like it. So then you run the Breaking Bad release date of January 20th, and it's 79 murder on our murder date. And it's 18 years, 7 months for 187 coded CODED. 186% of a common year. I know, that's impossible. And yet, mind blowing. All right. All right, let's continue. So, the Indiana National Championship, we have to go back to the Poseidon and all of their symbolism in that. And that was the Donnie Darko release date, or 119, which is Donald in the Jewish Hebrew gematria, the most biblical. It means world ruler. And when we run that, it's 31 weeks, 1 day. So 311 is coded. 313 begins the minute. So 311 and 313 are coded. And it's 218, which is 6 plus 6 plus 6. And when we run it to the rising date, we do get that 220, which, if I'm not mistaken, is his name. We can try that real quick. Yeah, it's perfect. It's Donald John Trump. I put Donald Trump, then John, doesn't matter the order. So there's your 220. That's powerful. Very powerful. And don't forget, there's the 68 again, which is Antichrist and Donald J. Trump in the reverse reduction match. So the 68 is just absolutely his biggest number. But they don't use it a lot. You know, in 1968, of course, they went off. Everything went down that year. So there's your 220 right there from their national championship to the rising date. Donald John Trump. The weeks are 31-3. This is a Bruder film. the He Is Man winner in Indiana, all that. 8366 on Rising Day, 66 book of the Bible is Revelation. We will be living in it if we are correct about when all this goes down. 83 is murder in one of the four base ciphers. I believe it's reverse ordinal. And so the 83 is there on the 25th, no matter what, for murder. What else? That's it. Then I started going to G827, just like we did the it's literally ray of light. So Rising Day, ray of light, we had to immediately go to Madonna's ray of light, October 26, 2009. And we run that to event day. It's his birthday, 614, fused with 47, his number. That is absolute perfection. When you run it to Rising Day, it is his birthday of 614 fused with 149, which is Antichrist in the four base ciphers. In reverse, right there, Antichrist. Folks, are you kidding me right now? Look at the ray of light views. Got the 38, got the 58, got the 58 again, got the 85. So May 8th is heavily coded. Goodness gracious alive. I didn't even look up the Hebrew. I got so fixated on, I couldn't believe what I was seeing there. So the Hebrew word, oh, that's what it is. Yeah, it looks like there is no Hebrew, or there is. Quiver, arrow, case. We'll have to get to it later. I don't want to waste your time. So there was a Ray of Light album. There was a Ray of Light song. Let's get into them. So the album, February 22nd, 1998. 10,411. 411 was when I saw him, which was 138 days from Rising Day. And of course, Ray of Light, 2825 on Death or Rising Day. The weeks begin with 148, which is Donald J. Trump in the simple gematria. 28 years, 6 months for 286 is coded. The Ray of Light song, April 27th, 1998. On our murder date, you do have 34 murder. On right, and fused with 47, of course, his number. And that means on Rising Day, it's going to be 49, which is Antichrist in reduction. So it's 149 and 49 is Antichrist. Direct smash hit. I mean, what I'm seeing is blowing my mind because it does not stop. Never Tear Us Apart has a 79 in the views. It has a 688 in the views. 88 is in the views. Just happened to be when we looked at it, right? December 6, 2012. Guess I didn't get it. Hold up. December 6th, 2012, or maybe there was just no connection. 138, 13 years, 8 months. I like it. I'm going to go with it. So Never Tear Us Apart, June 13th, 1988. June 13th, 1988. 38 years, 458 months. So May 8th, 58 is coded. 38, Death and Murder is coded. 348 is in the hours. Remember, that's a fusion of his name with the word Murder. The Destructors, Graham Greene. I think we already went over that. Let's get on with the next set of prep items. So let's go to James Bond did The Hill, or Sean Connery, I should say. May 22nd, June 17th. May 22nd, 2237. 237 is right there in the days, the event day, day 237. 61 years, 3 months, 3 days. So Revelation 13:3 is coded. 113 is sitting right there in order looking at us. And the other date, it's 34 fused with 49, Antichrist. 34 is murder. In the same cipher as Antichrist. Reduction. Wow. Wow. Murder, Antichrist. That's what it's saying. June 2nd, June 3rd for The Untouchables, another one of his movies. 11.3 code for Rising. The Untouchables. When I ran The Untouchables, 14331 on Rising date. Remember, his number, which is 163464, because 6 times 14 times 1946 is 163464. Multiply it by this year of 2026, and it begins with 331, followed by 17. So it's 11, 3, 3, 11, 7 for Revelation. 11, 7 is in his number times the year. And there on Rising Day, it begins with a 331. That might be a little complex to understand, but trust me, that is killing it. Trump is 6 times 14 times 1946. His number is 163464. 34 for murder, dead center. Multiply that by 2026. You see the rising Bible verse for Revelation 11:7 fused with 33:1 at the beginning, fuses with Revelation 11:3. And sure enough, when you run that date, the Untouchables, there's your 311 right there. Seems impossible. Yet there it is. Bill Clinton. August 19th, 1946, Trump's year. On event day, he'll be 29226, which is this year. 80 years, 6 days for 86 coded. Ronald Reagan, born 1911, 9/11, coded February 6th. Ronnie, to the rising day. There's a 4 followed by a 220, which is Donald John Trump. Fused with 207, which is 119 Donald plus 88 Trump. In the Jewish Hebrew gematria and the simple gematria combined. But look at the months. 1386. 138 is Donald Trump in simple gematria. 86 means to eliminate. That is, remember, on page 1386 in my Bible is where the Zechariah 11:17 Bible verse is. I've shown y'all that more than once at Trace Stokes Daily Bible Studies. It's there. You can just do a search on your computer. On your cell phone, you can't search, but just search Zechariah 11:17. Search 1/8. Let's just search it now. 1386, and there it is on page 1386. There's the Zechariah 11:17 Bible verse.
So the Zechariah 11:17 verse, woe to the idle shepherd
Impossible.
that leaveth the flock, the sword shall be upon his arm and upon his right eye.
On page 1386.
It is on page
138 is Donald Trump and simple gematria. 86 means to eliminate. So when you look at Ronald Reagan with the 220 for Donald John Trump, the 207, Donald Trump, and the 1386, that's on 8016 day or on this full moon date, lunar eclipse. It really doesn't matter. When you run Ronnie to the rising date, it's this year, 226. But the 1386 is there regardless, no matter what you do, no matter what day. Richard Nixon, January 9th, 1913. And it looks like I ran his death 388 in 3 days. So 38, 88, 83. Death, murder, murder, and his name 88. 88 is Trumpets of Gematria. All over the place. Gerald Ford, July 14th, 1913, died December 26, 2006. And when I ran, and he is on the eve, a palindrome, 41314. But he's 113 years, 1 month, 11 days. So you got 113111. But 357 is in a month, the amount of verses in the book of Daniel. I guess that's really all we're looking for. And then his death to death day begins with 718. When the Dark Knight was released, portion on 11, portion 718. Dark Knight came out on 718. Finding Forrester, more James Bond, Sean Connery movies. It seems like every one of them are popping and hitting. December 20th, 2000. December 20th, 2000, to our murder date, literally 79 in the days. 9,379. 79 is murder in simple gematria. Right there on the murder date, murder in the days. I mean, this is nonstop. And look at the years and months. 25 years, 8 months. That's our date. Most countries write it 25/8 or 8/25 event day. Folks, this is getting creepily impossible, and it's nonstop. I've never seen anything and everything pop off of the same date like this. Personal cipher that's direct smash hit. Another personal cipher that's a direct smash hit. More personal ciphers. I want to come over here and look at Tim Tebow, one of the worst humans on earth, because he pretends to be of our Lord's truth, as he did his goat yoga, his hot yoga, his goat yoga, and Tebowing, praying in public, where you're supposed to you're told exactly not to do that. Everything about him is a mockery of Christianity. August 14th, 1987. And when you run him to the rising date, it's 14,025/8, which is the murder date. So he is kind of a death and rising combination. 468 months. Either death or rising day, it doesn't matter. So you have 468, which is his name and 2 different ciphers and Antichrist, and one of them that's the same as his name. You're like, that's impossible. I know, right? So Neil Armstrong, August 5th, 1930. I think we already looked at him, but he died on August 25th. Let me repeat that. Neil Armstrong, the first person to allegedly walk on the moon, died allegedly on our event day. So you run his birthday to our event day, and 508 is in the days for May 8th coded. I mean, so the last person to walk on the moon, I went first and last, Gene Cernan, CERN, CERN, really? Okay. March 14th, 1934. And died January 16th, 2017 for Tower 2, Tower 1, Tower 7. January 16th is 116, backwards, upside down, 9/11. He's all over the place, this guy. Was that him, December 14th, 1972? Or the last time he walked on the moon, maybe? 12/14/72 to our rising date, 19,614. So that must be the day he walked on the moon. Of course, nobody walked on the moon, but you know what I'm saying, when they claimed the last day somebody walked on the moon. Yeah, December 14th. That's what it is. Okay, I just want to make sure. So the last time, allegedly, somebody walked on the moon, you run it to the rising date, 19,000, Trump's birthday, 6/14. Do you understand how impossible it is to have all these connections? The guy's birthday to our event day, it's you have the 6/7, because we're going from the era of the sixth king of Mystery Babylon over to the seventh. And there's 9/11 in the months and days, 1109 months, 11 days. Palindrome also, 11911. Impossible. And then the day he allegedly died, 3,508 on our mirror date of May 8th, 508, May 8th. 9 years, 7 months, 9 days, palindrome 79. Murder is also there. This thing is all over the place. To perfection. Michael Strahan, start thinking about him. I'm just starting to think about anybody on the world stage. And he's a perfect mockery of 2001: A Space Odyssey. On our event day of 2001 is when the twins fell. He is 20,001 days old. Absolute direct smash hit. 285 in the weeks, and will be on Rising Day. That's the address of One World Trade Tower representing Rising. The Donnie Darko pill bottle, 7/24/88. When you run the 7/24/88 to our event day, it is 13,911 days. Do you know how impossible that is? That's impossible. That the pill date on the Donnie Darko bottle is 13,000. Yeah, they're number 13, 911 days. It's 13/9/13 on Rising Day, a quasi palindrome. Mike Tyson, Buster Douglas. You want to know how fake that was? I'll show you. The fight took place on February 11th, 1990. It just so happens to be Revelation 13:3 in 44 days for Revelation 404 verses. Revelation 13:3 is the first time deadly wound is mentioned. 36 years, 6 months, 14 days, 6/14 is Donald Trump's birthday. 438 months on the 38th day. All the world's a stage. He went down, took that whooping on purpose. Buster Douglas will be 66 years old on event day. 66, book of the Bible, Revelation. Old Buster. 24/24, which is Jesus in Strong's Concordance, G 24/24, on Rising Day, fused with 48, which is Donald Trump in Reduction Gematria. So the mockery of Jesus Christ, Donald Trump, on Rising Day. 79 begins the months on murder date or Rising Day, doesn't matter. These things are impossible. Absolutely impossible. Absolutely impossible. All right, love you guys. Part 48.